Hi Taurus, welcome to Lit Intuition Tarot. My name is Kay, and it's about an hour till dawn here, so if you notice that my voice is a little different, I'm trying to talk kind of quietly so that I don't wake up any of my neighbors, as I'm living in an apartment complex. But having said that, today we're going to be doing your weekly general reading. I know I've watched my own videos a couple times to check on things, and I know the shuffling is awfully loud. I do apologize. I'm trying to figure out, because I don't just like pre-shuffling all the decks before I start recording, because sometimes it takes forever. And so I just do this one like 7 times before I get started. But you don't need to hear the minutiae of how I do things, Taurus. It's just that I'm trying to figure out a better solution, okay? So, down below in the description box, you'll see on my schedule, as I was saying, I do a weekly general reading for y'all and a weekly love reading. However, the spreads and formats vary from week to week. So, if this reading doesn't resonate for you today, I'd appreciate if you check me back some other time. But if it does resonate for you, this is a small channel, relatively new, and I'd really like to see some growth. So I appreciate if you guys would like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Just one shuffle left to go. Also down below you'll find instructions on how to donate to this channel if you'd like. There's a list of the decks that I use and a link to my website where you can book a personal with me or order a personalized avatar birth chart. So, what I'm doing today is what Spirit is saying that is good for you to embrace this week, and then what's best for you to release this week, and then what you don't see coming or may need to know. So, I'm using the Tattoo Tarot. And then I'm going to clarify, if necessary, with the New Orleans Voodoo Tarot, which is odd in itself. I never use that deck to clarify, but something told me I should, so we're going to go with it. First card out for what to embrace. You have the 5 of Wands, Leo energy, the 7 of Swords, Aquarius energy. You know, that 7 of Swords I've been seeing, I think it was 2 of the air signs, and it was like in the embrace position too, so it might seem odd. But then you've got the Emperor. That's widely, traditionally, and pretty much, you know, it's accepted as Aries energy. I agree with that, but for some reason I have also always seen it as a Taurus card. Maybe it's because Libra and Taurus are for the Empress, you know, like the signs that are represented by that card, and so this one just seems to me, I always get that kind of like mid to late April vibe, and that's very specific. But if you're a first deck in Taurus, maybe that will be confirmation for you. Then for what we have to release, or excuse me, yes, to release. 7 of Coins. That's your energy, Taurus. Look at this for a minute, though. Somebody talking shit about you, Taurus? Then we have the 5 of Swords for what to release. Aquarius energy. Interesting. So over here we've got 5, 7, and then over here we have 7, 5. Let's see if we get another major. No, we got the 8 of Cups, but still interesting to note. Those synchronicities. Okay. And then for the bottom row, I just realized I'm breathing kind of loud. I apologize. I took an allergy pill, but it takes a minute to kick in. We've got 4 of Wands, Aries energy, 5 of Cups, Scorpio energy. So there's 3 5s. And the Queen of Coins, which I see as Capricorn, can also be Virgo or Taurus. Excuse me. Alright. Queen of Swords at the bottom, but that's not going to be part of the reading. So let me go ahead and get into this, tap into this here, what's on the table. I can kind of see why the Voodoo deck is here to clarify, because there seems like some kind of negative forces at work, and so now I have to go into the whole, well, yeah, Voodoo is not dark or light. I mean, it doesn't have to be. It's how you use it, just like anything else. But sometimes I can use that deck to bring out like the more shadow aspects of something, I guess you could say. So anyways, for what you should embrace. Like I said, somebody's talking shit. They're competing with you for some kind of high position, high spot. Like, it doesn't matter if it's... So these things can be very broad. You can talk about the very, like, most minute, mundane level on this 3D plane. So in the sense that, not that this is minute or mundane when you're in it. I don't want to say something that sounds like I'm putting down, like, you know, physical labor, but just say you have a shitty job, right, like shoveling crap, and then, you know, your manager, like, or your manager, like, quits, and it's you and another shit shoveler, and you're both trying to get promoted, or whatever. You know, it can be and there's nothing wrong with that work. That's not the point. I know I don't have a lot of viewers, and it's not that I'm trying to please everyone. It's just that I don't want anybody to have the wrong impression that, you know, that people should be judged based on their what they do. But I don't know. I'm going to get back to the cards now, because it could be anything that small all the way up to on a spiritual level. You know, and on the 5D plane, it's like you're headed for some kind of power up, and someone is competing with you, so they're misrepresenting you somehow. That's what I'm getting from that, Taurus. Should I clarify as I go, or should I... Yeah, I'm going to clarify as I go. I would like to get... I pre-shuffled this deck off camera, but I'm doing this anyway, like... waiting for one to pop out here. The reason sometimes I explain what I'm doing is just because I've had moments where it seemed like tarot, you know, came out way too conveniently, and I just want it to be... Okay, so we've got Marseilles. So I know something about this. I got the book because I don't have these all memorized yet. They're slightly different from traditional tarot, but they follow a lot of the same framework. And so this is the major arcana card number 6, which is sort of like the Lovers and the Rider-Waite. And you can see the two, well, I don't know. I don't know if they still have that nudity thing going on YouTube. And I don't have that many viewers anyway, so I doubt I'd get nabbed, but... So it's kind of the equivalent of the Lover's card. Okay. Excuse me. But just to read their spin on a particular interpretation of Marseilles for the Lovers, I'm going to read from the book the short description. It says, the Lovers, acceptance of differences, the possibility of turning a perceived threat to your benefit by emphasizing common ground or interests, childlike qualities, childish fear, anger, or mirth. Okay, so see, there's a little bit of a subtle twist to it from the regular Lovers, but it's, well, wow, okay. So that's an interesting suggestion. I'm sorry, you guys. Maybe... But I want to see if there's something it said again that... I want to see exactly how it said it. turning a perceived threat to your benefit by emphasizing common ground or interest. Wow. Okay, so that's basically saying like the whole turn the other cheek thing in a sense. It's not saying you know a wimp or whatever, but this is in the what you should embrace part, and so it's saying embrace the fact, you know, embrace handling this situation in this way. This person who is kind of the imposter but trying to make it out to like you are, you know, instead of coming at them like with anger, childish anger or whatever, and escalating the situation, emphasize common ground. So it's not about being a wimp or making concessions, but it's always okay to let yourself, you know, let it be known that you're willing to compromise, I suppose, Taurus, is what I'm getting from this. Okay, so on the what to release, the 7 of Coins and the 5 of Swords and the 8 of Cups. Release giving up before you reach your goal, Taurus, this week. With the 7 of Coins, I see here that you've made some investment in something and you're kind of at that point where, you know, you're over the hump and the results should be starting to trickle in, and so, you know, it can be a very tense place to be. You don't quite see, like, you're not really starting to see the fruits of your labor yet, but it's, with the 5 of Swords, though, it's like some kind of conflict or it's almost like you sabotage yourself by walking away from the situation too soon. Taurus, that's what I'm picking up from the cards, and I certainly don't mean to I don't intend to assault anyone, and I can't speak. Well, I definitely am not going to attempt to assault anyone, at least not through YouTube. What I'm trying to say is I don't want to insult anyone, and, you know, I'm not, because what I'm picking up from this is like if I heard this, I would be thinking to myself like, oh, I'm not a coward. That's a cowardly vibe that you're describing. And my intention here anyway is not to like make my watchers happy. That's not the point. I just don't, it's not how I feel. It's a weird feeling. It's like, I think I'm picking up kind of like here, let me clarify this. It's not like you being afraid of something and so you're walking away in fear. It's more like you just want to take the high road, and, you know, Spirit's actually telling you over here that that's what you should do. But as far as what you should release, what is it about this particular type of like surrender? Spirit, please show me. Okay. We've got the 6 of Rada. It says Legba. And that's sort of like the 6 of Swords. Well, it's the 6 of Air, but it's like, it's definitely some different, I remember reading that one before, and it's not exactly like the same as the 6 of Swords, which would be about, you know, moving on. I mean, I think it has, okay, I'm just going to look it up and shut up. 6 of Rada. Here we go. Legba, a task that may be accomplished through words. The door opens, obstacles are removed. Well, there we go. Ding. Okay, so I'm getting it. It's something around communication, or the way that you're able to express. Like, maybe you don't feel necessarily able to express yourself the best in words. You know, maybe you're more of like the type that likes to punch somebody in the face if they piss you off. I don't know. I mean, there's pros and cons to both approaches, right? Now I'm getting that phrase in my head, the pen is mightier than the sword, but it's like, okay. I'm just going to stop there on that one. But this is interesting, Taurus. This is kind of unusual energy for me. So then down here, for what you don't see coming or what you might want to be aware of. Okay, so we've got the 4 of Wands, the 5 of Cups, and the Queen Queen of Coins. There's something here revolving around there's something that you may regret having committed to, Taurus, on some level. I can see that this was something that perhaps you thought at some point was going to bring you happiness, and it hasn't turned out that way. I'm going to clarify this one as well. Spirit, please give me a card for this bottom row for Taurus this week. Okay. So we've got, I know what this card is. It's Santeria 5. And the bottom says Ogun. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that exactly correctly. And it's like the 5 of discs or pinnacles. It's an earth card, but they're a little bit different as well. And this is a lovely deck, so let me share with you what it says real quick for this card. Because if you watch tarot at all, I'm sure you're aware of like the 5 of Pentacles in tarot, which is about being left out in the cold and abandonment and feeling a sense of lack, right? So let me see here. Oh, I'm a little bit too far. Here we go. Ogun, 5 of discs. Containment of great internal or external pressures, stress, strain, worry that arises as a result of this constant pressure. The strength to stand solidly before threat or adversity. Okay, Taurus, so this was something that may have been chosen at some point that you expected was going to give you great joy or stability, Taurus. However, I think what I'm picking up here, it's about someone who does regret maybe a path that they've chosen, but when it talks about the strength to like face adversity or whatever, and what I just read, it's like just because that didn't work out, and it may even seem like something that you can't really get yourself out of very easily, even if that's the case, it was to kind of draw your attention to the fact that there's something about yourself that you don't, it's not, I almost feel like it's like awkward for me to speak because I feel like I'm intruding, and it's dumb because it's probably not that serious, but I'm really picking on somebody, or picking on, geez, Freudian slip, no. I'm picking up on someone with Taurus in their chart that felt really abandoned at some point in their life. I'm seeing a possible, like, even, maybe you were adopted scenario type of energy. And so you reached out and, found something that you thought was solid that you could celebrate, and it's like it turned out to be, as I already said, lacking or not what you expected, but at the same time, something very valuable is going to come out of it. I want to get one more card here from our New Orleans Voodoo Tarot. See if it can clarify the Queen of Coins, even though, because I was seeing that in a couple of different ways, okay? We had a double flipper, interesting. So, let me see what these say. 6 of Petro, Legba la Flambeau, which is the same as the 6 of Wands, right? Okay, and the other one that flipped was Zetois. 17, the Star, Major Arcana for Aquarius. Yeah. So through this process, Taurus, it's like going in rough and then, healing and coming out like totally the shit. Because the Star with the Six of Wands. And I'm going to read what the little guide says again real quick too, just for extra flavor. But in the end, it looks like there's going to be a victory, healing, and perhaps public recognition in some fashion of your success at whatever it is that you're passionate about, Taurus. So let me see what these say here. So, Liber Flambeau. Here we go. Six of Wands, victory, obstacles swept aside. The first necessary victories of the pure fool. A newly initiated elder flexes his or her first powers. There is no grace, there is no guilt, do what thou wilt. Interesting. Okay. The thing I'm wondering about, I think that all of this, it could be about different issues for this week, Taurus, but I believe it all connects somehow. I mean, I'll kind of leave that up to you to intuitively, if this resonates with you, to figure that out. But I think, that if you would know already. And I don't know, there's some personal details, of course, that I'm not sure, but I know this all ties together. And then Zetoin is the Star, coming to terms with one's fate and obtaining the clear sight and strength this action brings. Dedication to a life work. The road is clear, the Star in sight. Well, Taurus, I think that's a good place to end this reading. That's very intense, different from what I expected. If it resonated with you, please like, share, subscribe, tap the notification bell. And thank you for your time and attention. I'll see you guys again soon. Bye, Taurus.